All right, welcome back. Today, Harjinder Singh, an illegal immigrant accused of killing 3 Americans after an absurdly reckless U-turn on a Florida highway, was extradited from California back to Florida. The big question is, how did he get a commercial driver's license in the first place? Now, here's the timeline. In September of 2020, Singh applied for work authorization under the first presidency of Donald Trump. It was denied. In June of 2021, Singh applied again under Joe Biden. This time, he was approved. In July 2023, Singh was issued a full-term CDL in Washington state, despite not legally being allowed to. So many questions to investigate. Who? How? Why? But it's not just Washington state. In July 2024, California then granted Singh a non-domicile resident limited-term CDL. Same questions for California. Then in April, President Trump signed an executive order requiring drivers to be able to read and speak English. But in July, New Mexico State Police pulled over Singh. No indication he took an English language proficiency test, but we do know that he failed the test after this crash. DOT asked him to take an English proficiency test, along with his ability to read traffic signs, fail. I asked Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy about accountability, about Washington, about California, about New Mexico. Here's what he had to say. It's more dangerous on the roads than it is in the air. That's compounded by the fact that what we're seeing is a story that we've seen in the past week. This illegal immigrant from India pulls a U-turn in the middle of a freeway. As it turns out, kills 3. He had a CDL issued by the states of California and the state of Washington. Right. We now know that he has failed English proficiency, only answered 2 out of 12 questions correctly, and couldn't read 3 out of 4 traffic signs. Right. How does this happen?
So Washington State should not have given him a license. They gave him a full-term CDL license just like he was a U.S. citizen. Shouldn't have happened. But then he went to California, and he got a non-domicile license. We're going to investigate that. But here's the big thing, Will. In July, when this was in full effect, this driver was pulled over for speeding in New Mexico. And he can't speak English, he can't read road signs, and per our rule, he should have been taken off the road. New Mexico didn't take him off the road. They let him drive away and get to Florida, where he killed 3 people. So again, we are going to investigate all of these states, and we're going to take appropriate action. And there's a lot of tools that we have. I need all the information first before we do that, but I'm going to use those tools to make sure that there's compliance in every single state in the country, because when I did this at the start, I talked about safety. And the left was saying, no, this is about immigration, this is about not treating people fairly. And I said, no, making sure you can speak the language and read the road signs is a direct threat, if you can't do it, to the American people who drive on those roads. The left lost their mind, and you see here how important this is to drive safety across the country, that you speak the language and can read road signs.
Let's follow up on accountability. Can you give me some insight into what tools you have at DOT to ensure that a state like Washington, or a state like New Mexico, or a state like California complies with the orders coming out of the executive branch? How can you make it so that Gavin Newsom is not going to give a CDL to someone who can't pass an English proficiency test?
So we have to investigate this, which is what we're doing. But there are serious consequences for states who don't follow the regulations as set by the Department of Transportation. We're going to have a big announcement coming in the coming days about what we're going to do, but it'll be painful for states who don't comply with us. And again, it's because that if you have a driver's license from California or from Washington, you don't just stay in those states. You actually can drive across the country, which is what we saw here in Florida. That's why we take our rules and requirements very seriously, and we're going to make sure that states comply with what we tell them to comply with, or they'll have consequences.
So to be clear, you have levers that you can pull at DOT that makes it very painful for these states that defy orders from DOT.
We have significant levers that we can pull, and I guarantee we're going to get compliance.
What about the carrier? This man was employed by a private trucking carrier. Should there not be some accountability as well for a company that hires an illegal immigrant to drive an 18-wheeler?
100% there should be. There should be accountability. Which, by the way, this is a 4-lane highway with a grass median. We've all driven on those. This driver pulled into the right lane, and you've seen those little gaps in the grass where law enforcement will turn around. He was going to turn around on one of those little, paved roadways between a 4-lane highway. cut off traffic and cause the crash. So if we have the carriers who aren't complying, we are going to have strict consequences for them as well.
I spoke with Secretary Duffy yesterday from the Network Operations Center of Southwest Airlines, and we talked about updating our air travel system in the United States, and that part is still ahead. Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.